Everyone, this is StiltzkinKupo84 representing Cat and Fam Gamer TV, and surprise surprise, I am still grinding. We are trying to get the achievement for completing the entire sphere grid with at least one character, and we're probably going to do all 7 of them at just about the same time. Riku will be a little bit farther behind everyone else because I've purposely been trying to keep her HP down for the Don Tonberry trick, which I'll show you guys later. And so when everybody else is done with the sphere grid completely, she'll have the HP portion left to do. And that'll be it. I'll basically have it for everybody. Yeah. Barring any upsets, that should be pretty straightforward there once we get that far. The problem we see is getting that far in the first place. I'm not even exaggerating when I say I've played, I think, every night this week. We've got Catherine's mom in the help desk right here. Did I play every single day this past week, or did I miss one of them? Or I might have missed one. I might have grinded 4 out of 5 days in the past work week. But I definitely have been dedicated to getting this grind done. And I was talking a few videos ago about playing Final Fantasy VIII because the guys from No One Can Know About This are doing Final Fantasy VIII this season, and that has not changed. That timer is still in place. It's ticking down, and at this point I'm sort of wondering if I should have been doing Final Fantasy VIII this whole time instead of trying to grind for these achievements here. But you know, it's something I want to be able to say that I did before I give up, and also I see it as a... Oh shoot. That fight, we got 40 healing springs. We weren't supposed to do that. We were supposed to get... the whole reason for that fight was to get mana spheres. That's Kotos battle. Now, I'm pretty sure I did extract mana on this guy, but it may have missed. Sometimes when you go to do the extract on him, it'll miss the first time and you have to try extract again. Now that time it hit. I'm sure it hit that time. Man. Hopefully we don't have to do this fight again. Because if we don't get the 40 extract mana, then we will have to do this fight again. That's just the nature of the grind at this stage of the game. I am out of mana spheres, and this is the fastest way of grinding them up. The only alternative is to go out into the Calmlands field and to go try to get them there, but that's maybe 2 to 4 to possibly 6 of them per fight. It's a lot easier just to come in here. Oh, I casted haste the second time. Yeah, you definitely want to be fighting Kotos for those spheres. So what Kotos gives is 40 mana tablets or springs, something like that. Healing springs or something like that. Whatever he gives 40 of them. And in order to change that, you have to do an extract ability on him. So you can extract mana, you could extract power, you could extract speed, or you can extract the ability nodes to give yourself more ability spheres. So see, we got the mana spheres here. Now sometimes when you fight Kotos, he'll give you 2 instead of 40, and that is due to the 1 in 8 chance for all arena monsters, everything in here, that they'll give you the 2 dark matters. So that's a 1 in 8 chance no matter which monster you're fighting in this arena. And if you happen to go into a Kotos battle and you use an extract ability on him, if he gives you 2, that means that was the fight where he was about to have given you 2 dark matters, and so you then have to fight him again if you still want the 40 to get the 40. So yeah, that's the shape of it. Now we are pretty much at a crossroads for leveling up Auron, Riku, Lulu, and Yuna. We got 1 sphere level on Titus. He just gained that, so he was out of sphere levels. And now he's out of sphere levels again. Titus and Kamari are just about at this part of the grid, Waka's grid, and then Waka is towards the end because, I mean, he's been through it already, so he's just kind of skating along 4 nodes at a time per sphere level. So he's got a faster clip going through there. Now, Waka, particularly since he's been through his own sphere grid and Auron's, you can see that he's pretty much lit up the entire sphere grid at this point. So he's been through everything already once over. Kamari has not been all the way through Waka's grid, but he has been through part of it and all of Auron's grid, so Auron, I mean, has been through the whole grid. He's going back through. I pretty much saved Auron's bottom half of his grid and Waka's grid for the last territories, I guess you'd call it. But everyone is pretty much hunkered down in the middle of Auron's grid right now because we don't have any more nodes. Remember how I used to be using those magic defense spheres that I had like 80, 90 of because I was grinding the weapons for the triple AP. I'll show you that. These weapons here, the triple AP with the 2 vacant slots, and then I was able to put overdrive to AP in the 2nd slot, and then for some of them I was able to use that 3rd slot to put triple overdrive, but I ran out of materials for that. And let me tell you, getting the winning formulas, getting the winning formulas from Marlboro is such an expensive thing that I put Jillionaire on Titus's weapon. I put Jillionaire on one of Waka's weapons, just to try to get enough gil to go ahead and buy more, and it's so hard to do. So when you run out of winning formulas after maybe three customizations, then it's really hard to get any more of that triple overdrive to add to these AP grinding weapons. But it's a very important thing, so if you just want to go ahead and do it, I mean, that's your playstyle, go ahead, but I just got 40 mana spheres, and you can see I'm already on the verge of having to get more power spheres later, and then speed spheres after that. I'm hoping to not have to do another battle for any more ability spheres. I'm hoping we're reaching the end of our need for those. But yeah, we're getting down to the end of it at least. I'm not through the grind, but it's evident that I've been doing something with all my time, I hope. But it got to the point where I was like, okay, well, if I had recorded at the normal time of the week, I would have done something last night. And last night I was like, well, I'm not really ready yet, so I can put it off one night. but I didn't get everything done last night, so I'm like, well, if I put it off again, then it would be like probably maybe a whole nother week, so like we can't do that. Do I just not drop a video this week, or do I just give the viewers something? So I figured, yeah, we'll drop a bonus video, let people inside the process to see under the hood what's going on. So we have so I've never had 5 people on one node. Well, you know what? I bet I have had 5 people on a node before. But I just don't think I've ever had them resting on one node at the same time yet. But I've gotten quite used to 4 at a time. That's weird how that 5th one they just bumped Orin up and to the right a little. So Waka didn't top out on the sphere levels. He's well, bottom out, I guess I should say. Titus is bottomed out. Waka won't bottom out, but he's got nowhere to go now that we need to get more spheres from one of the monster types that gives them. We got Kamari is a significant amount of spheres we can purchase. And I mean, this process has become so much of just a routine process that it's like just button mashing trying to get all of the spheres spent activating all these nodes. It's not a completely joyless process, but a lot of the thrill is gone. Like that song, yeah, life goes on long after the thrill of it is gone. Sort of. Like the OCD part of me is the only part that is still enjoying lighting up all of these things here. If not for that, I might have quit a long time ago. I am noticing a lot of my characters getting a lot stronger. I mean, I'll pause this process for a minute just to press the triangle button and show you. I mean, from the HP to the strength to the defense, everything's maxed out except for luck. I didn't go for luck because I know that'll be a really tough process, but I just wanted to get the achievement and then try some of the Dark Aeons, and I'm hoping to be able to defeat at least a good chunk of them without luck. I've heard that Dark Mindy, you still need luck anyway, so even though I'll have this technically completed, I'll have to go back and buy more clear spheres and clear out more things and, you know, redo part of the spheres, because we got Titus's grid wound up being a lot of agility and evasion spheres, and then a lot of I guess some interspersed attack spheres. Yuna, I wound up putting all of the 300 HP point spheres in her grid in the front half, and some MP spheres for 40 points. She wound up getting all those good green spheres. I mean, there's some spread out MP spheres, HP spheres, but it's a light dusting. These are not even optimized in Orin's grid. All the unoptimized ones are in orange. We've got some optimized ones too from earlier in the playthrough, a lot earlier in the playthrough. But so Riku's grid is the only one that looks anywhere close to being a mixed bag, just because she naturally has like 4 evasion and 4 agility. Like, she gets some really good stats that other people don't get, at least in this kind of a variety. Like, really, all of the ones that I've added are these magic defense +4 nodes, and her whole grid has been enhanced with the magic defense +4. And, you know, earlier on, some of the HP and MP spheres. Riku's grid is basically all defense, especially up top, and Kamari's got some too. But then she gets some agility down here. She gets some of the magic, because I was done with agility, so I started doing magic up in her grid down here, and you know, Riku became sort of a mixed bag of like, what does everybody need after. I did Yuna first, and I did Titus, and I went over here to Lulu's side, and I did magic up over here from Flare and Drain, and then I just took them all down through the Ga magics and all that. So we got a lot of, actually we got a lot of accuracy through her too. We got magic up pretty much all the way through, and then accuracy sort of at the end of the cycle. And then, of course, I came back down through, adding a whole bunch of these magic defense spheres, not because that's what was needed, but that's because that was what we had on hand. We had a surplus of like 80 or 90 of those, so I went back all the way through her grid here with everybody, just activating those magic defense spheres. If we were able to break 255 in any of these stats, I guarantee you magic defense would be about 500, 600 right now for every single person, maybe even breaking 1,000. I mean, that was by far the most spheres that we have activated. You know, we got a lot of attack, and even more magic defense, gosh, even more up here in Orin's grid. And we got a lot of attack in Titus and Kamari's grid, sort of in this area here. I mean, we've done a lot of work. It's been an undertaking already, and I'm still knee deep in it. So let's go ahead and pick up some of these. I guess I kind of want to talk about, you know, what I've been doing. Not just in the game, but like in life, because I do actually go to work, and I have a life outside of this, believe it or not. I found a Facebook group for Dungeons and Dragons for kids, and it's just a bunch of nerdy moms and dads who just want to share the hobby with their children, and it's so cool. It's a Facebook group. Anybody who's even mildly interested should search that out. Dungeons and Dragons for kids. It's great. It's just, even just to have a place to go and talk to people. It's a nice community for chat. But I believe I've found a DM that will be cool enough, because I've tried to get my daughter into the hobby, and I don't know, I kind of failed numerous times, and I don't know if it's because of my daughter's age. I pretty much spring it on her once a year, and she's 8 now, so 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm pretty sure I tried her, and for whatever reason, due to her age or my inability to play down to an elementary school level, or both, she's just kind of, I guess, a little more flaky than the other kids, but she finds it really fun. And what I think got her hooked this time around is because our new DM pal that I found, he is doing a game already for 2 younger kids and their dad. So I think there's a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old and then the dad. So she'll get to meet more people her age, you know. So I think that's what's going to make it work this time around. At least I hope it's going to work this time around, because I mean, every parent who plays D&D knows it would be so much more fun if the kid could get involved. So we're already running out of manospheres, and we haven't even burned through Kamari's levels yet. Meaning I have to fight Kotos again for some more magic spheres. And this grind breaks down into cycles, and I consider each new cycle however long it takes to break all the sphere levels down to 0 for each player. And so before this cycle is even broken, we're having to do another extract mana on this Kotos. And, you know, you'll do it dozens of times per cycle. Literally, like, fighting Kotos is just the normal thing to do at this stage of the grind. If you're this crazy and committed to doing this, you will have fought Kotos a lot. So I'm going to do extract mana again, just because I don't want to have missed like I did the last battle. I'm pretty sure that I hit him the first time around, but I just want to be double sure. I definitely hit him with it this time. No, I definitely would say that you should have a character with a break damage limit weapon before you try to fight Kotos. Before, I was using Yuna and her Aeons because they have that naturally. And then I realized, hey, I'm buffed up enough now where I don't have to. I have good defenses. So it's faster if you don't have to go through a summoning. Just make sure you got whoever your enforcer is, like whoever your main fighter is, make sure they have a break damage limit weapon on. And Titus isn't my enforcer because, you know, I think he's like the super awesomest. It's just because, I mean, Waka, I wanted to get a lot of levels on him, so I wanted his triple score to stay. You know, now that I'm thinking of it, maybe we should put Waka's Grand Slam on. But we do have overdrive to AP on this break damage limit, and every character that I have right now has a break damage limit weapon. Titus is the only one that has overdrive to AP on his break damage limit weapon. So that's sort of how Titus wound up in the enforcer role in my lineup here. We're going to use some more mana spheres, lighting up all these nodes that are, I'm sure, statistically useless for our characters at this point. But if it'll fill a slot, if it'll get us closer to this trophy, then yeah, I'm all for it. Now my buddy Gabe, who does the Inter-Party Conflict podcast for tips helping D&D, helping you play better games of D&D, he is also a Final Fantasy fan. And ooh, I ran out of levels with Kamari. Alright, cool. Then we're on to the downtown barrier trick. Anyhow, he told me that you shouldn't have to get your stats all the way to max before you can beat most of the Dark Aeons. But like I said, I've heard that the luck has to be pretty high, at least 130 before you're ready to fight Dark Mindy. So by the time we've gotten these trophies, it's possible that we'll be able to beat a bunch of Dark Ands in succession, if not all of them, and at least maybe a good amount of them. So here's what we're going to do. We don't ever plan on beating Don Tonberry. Although I have found out accidentally that if I leave a break damage limit weapon on Titus, I have found out that he will eventually kill Don Tonberry now, and I'm really excited about that because that means that my characters progress to just be super powerful. But I want to put a Durandal on Titus because the triple AP is going to be way better than any of the effects of being able to beat a Don Tonberry. We're going to flee from this battle anyhow. This is the AP trick with Don Tonberry. You set whoever's going to be taking all the damage of the Karma attack, you set them to Stoic, and then you set everybody else to Comrade. Now, Riku had been my pin cushion for a long time. That's why her HP is down to 1260. It made sense for her to have that low HP because Karma inflicts an amount of damage equal to how many enemies you've killed, and then there's a formula times whatever, blah blah blah. And one of the parts of that formula is your HP. There's a portion of the formula, the math formula, that says minus your HP. So if you can get your HP down really far, then you'll have a lot more karma damage coming into your character, which translates into a lot more overdrive generated by the karma attack, which, if you have these weapons here, translates into more overdrive turning into AP and triple AP. I mean, you get the hint. With Auron, with these weapons where I have triple AP, overdrive to AP, and triple overdrive, you can literally put Riku out there with her 1200 HP and have her hit Don Tonberry once with, like, say, a mug or what, any kind of just a damaging ability, and he'll do karma on her, and it'll take that 8,000 damage and it'll kill her outright. She'll get a whole overdrive gauge out of it because, I mean, she's getting all this damage to herself with the Stoic overdrive mode. Then Auron will be there. He'll get, like, super amount of overdrive too. Lulu and Yuna, they all have this. So actually Riku doesn't have it, but because she can have the ability to attack Don Tonberry multiple times, she can get multiple doses. So Riku, Auron, Lulu, and Yuna all leveled up super fast due to the effects of their weapons. And if Riku gets knocked out once by Karma, Auron, Lulu, and Yuna already had 99 levels. So Riku didn't necessarily, because her weapon lacked that triple overdrive. But that would be cool, that would be alright, because I could use Riku again multiple times, because we still have Kimari, Waka, and Titus that we need to help them get sphere levels, so Riku would always max out at 99 every time I fought Don Tonberry anyway. So let's go and actually fight him. And we'll see how much the process has slowed down now that we have our attacker has 9,999 HP. Titus will still be able to use this AP trick, but because he has max HP, we'll get less of the AP translated into overdrive, or we'll get less of the karma ability damage translated into overdrive each time. So just to show you what I mean, let's it's kind of a waste of gil at this point, but I'll go ahead and flee with Titus just to show you right now. If Riku had dropped with her 1200 HP, these guys would have gotten about 30 levels. Now that Titus is doing all the damage and his 9,999 HP is dampening the effects of karma, we're getting about 5 to 10 levels. I guess it's not that much. So a lot of the times that I try to fight Don Tonberry, I'll go in and I'll pick a number out of my head. Like, you know, let's see, we got 10 levels off of somebody. So we can do 9 rounds before we hit 90. That sounds about right. I mean, sure. So let's go ahead and mug. So in a previous fight that, you know, wasn't obviously streamed, I did actually end up killing Don Tonberry on accident, and I didn't get any really good sphere levels on Titus because of it, because I had the break damage limit weapon on him, and that's what allowed me to accidentally kill Don Tonberry. And I was like, wow, so I can win the fight, but then Titus doesn't get good levels. So I'd much rather just let Titus get all the levels. So he's got his Durandal on. And I believe that's the second time we rezzed him. So this should be the third time we're going to life him back up. And so we got like 6 more times, and we'll see if we cap out on sphere levels for any one of these 3 guys. It's the unfortunate side effect of having to grind with somebody that has all 9,999 HP. And if I had foreseen this, I probably would have kept Titus at the same HP threshold as Riku. But alas, here we are. This is number 5. Number 6. And now our agility is so high that Don Tonberry is just not getting enough turns. With every one of his turns right now, he's moving closer to us at a slow pace. If he can make it all the way up to us, he will stab us. Like he'll stab you, he'll shank you just all the way to the ground. Like, it doesn't matter what your magic defense is, he pretty much just takes you out. I actually haven't been shanked by Don Tonberry recently, so I'm wondering if having my stats all maxed has changed that a little. Like, maybe it's survivable at this point, but I'm sure it'll still make me hurt. I'm sure it'll still bring these characters down to yellow, like HP critical status, but who knows. I normally stop at the point when he stops doing karma counterattacks, and he will not stop doing karma counterattacks until he gets right up on somebody. So I think it's some weird coding in his enemy AI that when he's within striking distance of you, he'll no longer do the karma because he has to be able to just straight up attack you. See? So he didn't do the karma on that turn. So my theory, my hypothesis is that if we just flat out attack him with all of our characters, then he will just end up shanking Waka to the ground right here. And I kind of want to let him do it just to see if one stab will take Waka out all the way still. Oh, he's going after Titus. Oh, shoot. Ooh, 932. Oh, you ain't so scary anymore, buddy. Wow, you're just a baby now. You did 932 damage. Dang, I wonder if I can just go ahead and fight this guy into submission now. But normally at this point, I would flee. Like I had in the last video. Shoot. We have a DoorDasher coming to the house, and he thinks it's okay to leave his door wide open in the street in our neighborhood, which is arguable. I mean, it's not a very bad neighborhood, but it's the worst part of our neighborhood, so... Oh boy, did you guys see that? It was like a cinematic thrust on that knife that just happened. It was kind of crazy. You know what, guys? I'm kind of just bored of this fight. I'm gonna go ahead and flee. I don't have a break damage weapon on him, and I just don't want to do it anymore. Let's see, we got... Ooh, we didn't even top out on any of the sphere levels for anybody. We got 65 for Titus, 43, 51. That's still good sphere levels for one fight. It's just nowhere near as cool and as easy as it has been until now. So we got a bunch of power spheres, we got a bunch of mana spheres. We got about 5 pounds of potatoes from this chicken wings place. Was it called Wingstop or something? It's a Wingstop. Will probably be cut in the video, and if I do another video tonight, I'll let you know how the Wingstop was. My wife likes the fries so far. You are a potato snob. That's correct. Let's see. Yeah, I mean this is again sort of just a automatic joyless part. Oh, we're out of power spheres, so Titus still can't progress that far, even though he's got 54 sphere levels. Waka is almost caught up, so he's got probably one more fight with Don Tonberry before he's at 99. And his sphere levels ain't going nowhere. Kamari. See how far we can take Kamari. Other than that, I mean, my taste buds are kind of... My mouth is watering, so I'm pretty psyched about this food that just arrived. Mountain Dew. The new Mountain Dew is incredible. This Major Melon, the pink stuff. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm ruined on regular Mountain Dew. I'll never be able to just drink the original ever again. Oh my gosh, I just love this Major Melon. It's just so good. So now that we have a sixth person in the same spot, what is that? Yep, okay, so that now now there's two wing effects on the upper right and upper left. That's pretty sweet. Alright, well, I'm gonna chow down on some wings. I'm gonna get Titus some more power spheres and get him going, and I guess then we'll have to start once he catches up with everybody else, we'll have to start fighting some monsters that give ability spheres, like species conquest, like say Ornitholestes, or no, Fenrir or Teryx or whatever. Why did I say Ornitholestes? One of the only creatures in here that doesn't give you an ability. But yeah, so we'll have to be, and I guess it doesn't really matter. So we'll just go with the easier ones, because we're already maxed out on everything anyhow, so I don't know. Maybe I'll try for a couple of the luck spheres to see how easy those are to grind out, and if those are way too long, I'm just gonna quit and I'm gonna start doing way easy ones, because I want to be done with this trophy tonight. Like, I'm hoping the next video I show you guys will happen tonight, and I'll be able to show off my trophy, and I'll be able to show you guys some Dark Aeons, and maybe kick about half their butts. So, tune in for that. See you guys later.